Hi everyone, welcome to iFashi. Today's tutorial is the sewing part of this Princess Dart Bustier with curved neckline that we already dropped in the channel. This is the sewing part and this is the result of the beautiful dress that we made from this tutorial. For you to be able to catch up from this part 2, the link to the part 1 where we did the drafting of the pattern is in the description box. Kindly watch it so that you know where we continued from. Here are the pattern papers from our previous tutorial. We have our front piece and then the back piece, and this is the fabric that we'll be using. It's a velvet fabric. I've gone ahead to iron my hairstay to this fabric because whenever I'm working with velvet, I like to iron it first before cutting to avoid unnecessary stretching and to make it easier for me to sew. Also, on top of this velvet, I'll be laminating my chantilly lace, because that's the combination of fabric I want to use for this dress. I'll use a hemming gum. You can use the wide hemming gum, the one they sell in yardage, or you can use the one that comes in rolls to laminate this lace on top of the velvet. So you're going to have to place your hemming gum on top of the velvet before you place the chantilly on top of the hemming gum. Also, remember not to iron directly on top of your chantilly because it might burn. So you're going to have to place another fabric on top and then iron. So after ironing, before we go ahead and start cutting. So after ironing, I went ahead to place my pattern paper on top of my fabric and I cut out my back piece and my front piece. I have my center front and my two side fronts here. And like I always advise, before you start sewing on fabric, make sure to check your patterns if they are equal so that you don't have any issues after you have cut, right? And I've checked my two side fronts with my center front and everything aligns. So I'm going to go ahead now and cut it out. So after transferring our patterns to our fabric, this is what we have. We have one center front and our two side fronts. And the way I ironed it, I made sure to have some scallops under because I initially thought I was going to need that scallop before I later changed my mind. So this is completely optional. And when I was cutting, I also added my seam allowance to the sides because we don't have seam allowance on our pattern paper. So don't forget that. The next thing I'm going to do now is to pin these side fronts to my center front, following my seam allowance the way I'm going to be stitching it on the sewing machine. So I'll use my pin and secure them together using the 1-inch seam allowance that I added when I was cutting, and then I would also do the same thing for the back. The front is 3 pieces, 1 center front and 2 side fronts. The back is 4 pieces, 2 center backs and 2 side backs. The back is 4 because we know we have a zipper at the middle of our back to join our 2 center backs together, right? So I'll go ahead and speed this part up now so that we don't waste much of our time. What I'm just doing here is pinning the pieces together the way I'm going to be stitching them on the sewing machine. So this is what we have after pinning them together. This is our back. Remember I said the zipper is what will join the two center backs together for the back, right? So now I'm just going to go ahead and take this to the sewing machine and stitch exactly on the points where I pinned, which is my sewing allowance. I'll do this for both the front and the back. Also, after stitching, I'll iron out my seams. Endeavor to iron your seams so that the outside of your work will look very neat. And I'll also do the same thing on my lining. I'll pin all my linings together. We cut lining and main fabric because we'll need to be turning the inside of this dress. So I'll pin them together, stitch them the way I did the main piece, and I'll be right back to show us what we have. So after stitching all of the pieces that we just pinned together, this is what we have. I've not ironed it yet. I'll be ironing it off camera so that we don't waste our time. I just want to show us we've stitched the lining and the main fabric of both the front and the back. So the next thing I'm going to be doing after ironing off camera is to place them right sides facing each other and turn. But before we turn, this is what we're going to do. You know, if we were weaving it on both sides, we will just place the lining and the main piece right sides face each other and turn it on the neck part, the neck on the front and the upper part of the back. The way they are facing each other like this, you just stitch. But no, I want my two sides to be neatly closed. The only opening I want will be on the zipper allowance. So what I'm going to do is to join this on the two sides first, lining to lining. The back of the lining to be joined to the front of the lining, and then the back of the main fabric will be joined to the front of the main fabric on both sides as well. Before you do this joining, take your measurements, measure yourself to know the allowance you have on that side to join, okay? Especially on the waist. Take your waist and bust measurement and mark out your remaining allowance there. The hip doesn't matter. This is an exaggerated hip dress. This particular design that we cut has a deep armhole, so you're going to start your arrangement from the hem, the down part upwards, and stitch. After stitching it together, this is what we have. For the main fabric, I've joined the back to front on the two sides, and then this is what it looks like. I've not ironed it yet. I've only ironed the one we stitched before. Then for the lining fabric, this is what we also have. I've joined the back to the front on the two sides. So now I'm going to be doing my turning at once. So I'll place the lining on top of the main fabric. Right sides of both of them are facing each other, right? So I'll use the lining to turn the main fabric, following the seam allowance I added on this upper part. So what I'm going to do now is to pin it down on that upper part. Now for this hem, I initially wanted to leave this scallop to show under, which means I will just fold in only my lining like this. But I later changed my mind because I want to do some design on that down part, so the scallop will no longer be needed. And as you can see on the inside of my main fabric, I've added my bra cup. That's because I did not cage that bust part. So I just added bra cup to add some firmness to the bust part. So I'm going to go ahead now and turn it on the upper part first, and I'll be right back to show us what we have. So this is what we have after turning it on the upper part. As you can see, the neckline has been neatly turned from the back through the front and to the other side of the back. So, and it's still opened on the both sides, which are the zipper allowance side at the back, and then it's still opened on the down part, which is the hemline. I've gone ahead to cut off the scallop I have under. Remember, I initially thought I was going to need it. So I won't be needing that down part again. Now that we're finished with the upper part of the dress, let's go to the down part and create the design I want to have there. You know, initially, if you just want it straight, you can just place it right sides facing each other like this and run a straight stitch on it using your seam allowance, and then turn it over and it will be neat and straight on that down part. But no, I want to do a little zigzag. I'll first of all use my chalk now to draw out the zigzag that I want on this dress, the way I want it. The reason I'm using my chalk is because when I make a mistake, I'll be able to clean it off. So I'll just roughly sketch out the zigzag I want, and I'll go take it to the sewing machine and place it right sides facing each other and stitch on that zigzag to give me the down part that I need. But remember, if you're not doing that, place it right sides facing each other and stitch. Or if you're leaving the scallop, fine, just fold in only the lining. And when we are done creating the zigzag stitch we have on the down part, the only remaining thing will be to fix our zipper on this dress, and that will be that for this dress. You see how simple this dress is to make? If you haven't watched the drafting tutorial, please endeavor to click on the link in the description box to see how we drafted this beautiful and easy dress. So after fixing the zipper and creating the zigzag design that I wanted under the dress, this is what we have. You see how neat it's looking on both the back and front, and even on the inside of the dress. Endeavor to always iron while you are working, because these tiny little details can make your dress look very rough or very neat when you're done. Here's the result of the beautiful dress we just made from this tutorial, guys. If you haven't subscribed to the iFashion channel yet, please support us by subscribing to the channel. Also like and share this video, and I'll see you in our next tutorial.